I'm curious what you guys think on this too. And I kind of mentioned it in the beginning, but we talk about this, this instant gratification world. And I think so many people out there want to skip the growth step.
Yeah.
And they want to start on Monday and they want to be living in the Caribbean on Friday or living in Florida, on the beach on Friday. And it's like, man, I can't tell you, I've been doing this for years. And,
Mhm.
I'm nowhere near, anywhere near what I would consider to be great or anything like that. If people really want to, I think, grow and become irresistible, I think they have to have that long term mindset and just, watering that plant or watering that tree, having that seed grow every single
Mm,
day. And so many
sure.
people out there, like I said, I think, I don't know if it's just, the generation or if it's social media or what, but I think it's a lot of people out there, they just want that instant gratification. And
Right.
I heard an awesome quote the other day that was like, hey, don't take the short road, take the long road. It's actually
Hmm.
a lot less crowded going the long route, and
Yeah.
you'll actually get there quicker by
Yeah.
going the long route because everyone's trying to go the short route and skip that growth step. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to jump on this one because it actually ties into the next part of our discussion. To me, it's really that tying that growth with the meaning and the purpose. So those who find meaning and purpose in money or whatever it is, then yeah, they'll be trying to skip along the roads, Um, but to me, at least, and kind of just to respond a little bit to your to what you're saying, and then I want to hear what you think about how you tie growth to your meaning and purpose. Um, I remember basically a Talmudic story. There was a story in the Talmud that was talking about an individual who's trying to walk to Jerusalem from his city, country, wherever it was, and he comes to a fork in the road, and he sees this little child sitting on a stone, and he asks the child which there's a fork in the road, which direction to Jerusalem, and the child says, "Well, which one do you want?" So he says, "What do you mean? Like, I want to get there." So the child basically tells him, "Well, there's the short and the long route, or there's the long and the short route. Which one do you want?" And so at first, the guy says, "Well, give me the short one." So he goes, "Oh, so the short and the long one?" He goes, "Yeah, I guess." So he goes, "This way." So
yeah,
the guy takes that road, and he ends up like he could see Jerusalem right there, 5-10 minute walk, whatever it was, but there was a big field of like what was it, thorns, or however it interprets that way. And so it would really really be painful to walk through all that, and it would take him forever to get through the thorn field to actually reach the gates of Jerusalem. And so he ends up turning around, taking that other 5-10 minutes back the way he came from, going the other direction, added another 20 minutes or so to his walk, and then the additional 30 minutes, whatever it took on the other road. But it was straight, it was clear, it was easy, and he eventually gets there. And so that's really talking to what you're saying is that, and that's one thing, I don't mean to bash an entire industry, but multi level marketing, one thing that I didn't like about it was I like the concept and the principle of it because it does include community and stuff like that. But when I was involved and when people were trying to get me into their thing, the entire video presentation was about the yachts that you could buy, the Bentleys that you're going to drive, the penthouses that you're going to live in, and none of that ever spoke to me because I don't believe life is that easy in a sense. And it also isn't my full purpose to have these kind of things. It just didn't tie in. So I think I'm more of a purpose driven person, and that to me is how growth and purpose connects. I'm just curious your thoughts.
yeah, no, I think that's a great, story that you gave and great thoughts. And I think that purpose and growth that, are super intertwined and super connected. And, where one is, the other has to be. And I think when I look at, my personal story and what, what's my purpose here and how have I used that to grow over the years, I think that, purpose has to be so much more than just about, the bottom line and,
Right.
dollars in a bank account somewhere or, money or zeros and commas. It's like that purpose has to be tied, in my opinion, to something bigger, something greater. helping, your family, live a life of, time freedom, or helping other people achieve time freedom and,
Mhm.
financial freedom, and invest in real estate or whatever. But when that purpose, I think, is tied to something that's bigger than just to, number of commas or zeros, I think when you're in those difficult times and that growth is ongoing, and, maybe you're getting kicked in your face every week like I
Mhm.
was, or getting those LOIs denied all the time, it makes that growth, so much more worth it. It makes it,
Right.
I think it makes it easier to persevere, or, to
Mhm.
work through it, when, the light at the end of the tunnel isn't just, some numbers sitting in a bank account somewhere. It's actual people, real human beings that you're helping in this journey to attain financial freedom,
Right. Right.
by investing in the generational, wealth building asset of real estate. When that purpose is something bigger than you, it's bigger than, everyone around you. It's just a higher calling. It makes that growth period, just so much more, feasible and doable than,
Mhm.
just having it tied to a bank account or something like that. But